In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And now look at him go. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Take forever, okay?
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On second down, Williams trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Blitz! Blitz! You're not going anywhere, man. What are you doing? You can't get past me.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
There. Right, blue 80. 95.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Right, 380. 12. Tempo. Smart that. Check 50.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jerry Rice, 34 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lion, 300. On. Eagle.
On 1st and 10, here's Vic. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Space to run past the 20. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run it with Williams. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ricky Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was. I
think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Vic readies to throw. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football, and the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play.
But tell you what, I just made a nigga quit in the first quarter, 28-7. On that mutt, motherfucker, my boy. Just ripped off 4 straight dubs, you know what I'm saying? On the mutt, going into playoffs, got 2 more dubs in the playoffs.
Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly, your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones, turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Throwing on first down. Moore looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was looking for Macklin that time.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run it for the first time with Ricky Williams. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ricky Williams scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Now for the point after.
She didn't come sit this big ass son in
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ricky Williams with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And now running right through it. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 get that 0 off the board. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Moore. Gonna throw again. Incomplete. Macklin, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The first carry now for Ricky Williams. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Williams. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. The first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On 2nd down, Freeman takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Come on, let's go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And it appears they'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Now Wilson. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
319.
Now Williams. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And they bring their punter out there now as he's on the punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And here now. Falcons. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Jerry Rice, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Man open, that's Terrell Owens. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones in a 1st down.
Makes sense. First catch here in the first half for the 6-time Pro Bowler Terrell Owens, the only player in NFL history to be a first-team All-Pro for 3 different teams. That's absolutely nuts.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Williams. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Deion Jones. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Brooklyn football as we get going in quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is picked up by the defense. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Ricky Williams, a 3-yard touchdown run. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Morton Anderson now for the extra point. Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time.
And got his man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play. And just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
Well, he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat.
It really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown. Terrell Owens, 28 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. A big 30-yard play on third. First down now, but that clock rolling.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive play.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Geno Atkins, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12.
19.
On second down, Wilson. Looking deep for Julio. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to air one out. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by 9-time Pro Bowler Ed Reed.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Zoom. 319. 319.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Play fake. Rodgers out to his left. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed.